Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Omar from the Bullish Bears team. It is Monday, 7:17 p.m. Wanted to make a video building my watch list for tomorrow. Talk about one or two plays for today. If you don't know me, I'm part of the Bullish Bears team. You can find us on YouTube. Just type Bullish Bears. You'll see a link that says Stock Market Security, Stock Market Community, Bullish Bears. Subscribe, please. And we got about 1,700 members on the Bullish Bears YouTube page now, which is great. I mean, we're growing every day. It's fantastic, and we have all types of videos. Everything's free. All our content's free. It's a donation-based service, and we provide all kinds of videos, all kinds of education. If you go to our playlist, you can see all different types of videos. So, market recaps, which I do, Think or Swim watch lists, which I make. You can find out about about options trading, about swing trading, about day trading, which I have a whole course that I put together. All types of things about patterns, about shorting, about everything you could think of. It's free. So, plus we're on Facebook. This is where we originally started, and just search for Stock Market Community on Facebook, and just it's a private group. You just submit a request, and we'll gladly add you. I want to give props to Hannah Palmer today. I didn't make a trade today. Work was crazy, but she made a trade on GBR. She said GBR was good to me this morning. Thanks, Bullish Bears, for posting the list this morning. Truly appreciate it. Made a quick 724. It's fantastic. Best trade thus far. And she shouted me out, and she talked about the trend line, which allowed me to stay in the trend without letting my emotions get the better part of me. The trend is your friend for real. Thanks again. Have a great day, y'all. Yeah, so let's talk about GBR, the two big plays for today. So let me go into Think or Swim. And the two biggest percentage gainers was APOP, which was OD, right? It went ham. So did GBR. Let's talk about what she was saying. So GBR moved on news this morning, and basically what happens is I talk about like these plays and how they gap on news. Now this is GBR is a stock that has moved before on news. Okay, it's a low float stock, meaning it's a stock that has 10 million. When a stock has 10 million or less shares available to trade on the market, that means it's considered a low float stock, and because there's a limited supply of stocks, that means the probability that it will gap up really quickly on news expedites, because it increases greatly because of that. All right, so low flow with news, you want to be in on that because it's going to run, and sure enough it did. So what I talk about is when you see a stock moving, right? So the news happened, and I don't know what news it was. Maybe it'll say here. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know what was the news, but there was some news. I probably could find it on stocks to trade. Let me see. Let me just put it on GBR. Or was it GRB? Yeah, it's probably not gonna come up. Oh yeah, GBR. There it is. All right. New concepts. Energy seeks new projects. So, I'm not sure. I'm just clicking here to see what pops up. So this stocks to trade. I subscribe to it. You don't really need it, but I just had it for a while now. So there was some sort of news here, some sort of press release. I don't know what. The News Independent Corporate Research and Corporate Firm focuses on small capital and micro capital. I don't really see anything here. I don't really see any news. Something caused this to move. I just don't know what the news was. Let's see. Twitter. That doesn't say. I don't know. Well, anyway, the stock moved on. For some reason, it moved. And so let's say you see the market open. You see the stock is moving pre-market. It's getting momentum. People are getting news. Now, what you see here, this is the 9 EMA. This is VWAP, and this is the 20 EMA. This is the 1 minute chart, and this is the 5 minute chart, right? So you see the stock moving on news. And if you look at the pre-market, right, this is the pre-market high right here. So I'll draw a trend. As a matter of fact, I'll just do this. Make it nice and easy for you. Price low. You should know what the pre-market high is when you get into a stock, because that also goes. So at this point of the day, this is the high of day, right? Because pre-market it started moving on news. It was like It was like at the 160s, it had 228, and kind of pulled back and then consolidated. The market opens and immediately starts getting volume, right? So right here's the higher day breakout. A lot of people are getting in. They see it goes above VWAP, it goes above 90 MA, and you're watching on the 5-minute candle. It's just this one huge candle because it makes this big move in 5 minutes, but you're not sure what to do. So when Hannah was talking about, when I refer to the trend, when she says the trend as your friend, when she says this, the trend is your friend for real, I always talk about that in regards to this. When stocks move, when they gap really quickly on news, they gap in a certain trend. And what you do is you want to ride the trend. And what you do is, so let's assume you saw this and you get in, right? High of day breakout, you're like, okay, I'm going to get in. It broke 228. I see the volume here. I see that MACD crossing over, which is a very bullish confirmation. Okay, I see the TTM squeeze. When it's light blue, it's at its strongest. So these are all great confirmations that the stock's about to move. What you can do is, at this point, if you get in, you just make a trend line and you kind of, you obviously don't see the candles in front of you, right? I'm doing this in hindsight, but what you do is, if you see a stock gapping in a certain pattern, you just want to follow that pattern. So you just go like this. Think of it like you're gonna draw a trend line in the 1 o'clock setting because of how it's moving, because it's moving fast. And you're gonna notice that the stock is now riding in a trend, okay? And what happens is, once it breaks that, so if it was still going green, it would have just continued up this trend. But what happens is, once the trend breaks, it breaks the line and it pulls back. Now, this is where you could have sold if you wanted to be, quick about it, or if you wanted to be greedy, you could have said, hey, you know what? This is forming a bull flag pattern. It's gapping up, it's pulling back, but let me see. This is the 90 MA. Let's see if it's gonna bounce off the 90 MA to get my second entry, or if it breaks past this, I'll just completely sell all my shares. And then you notice it bounced off the 90 MA and it got this second push. So what usually happens is, normally you get 2 bull flags and then you get the washout. And what happened was, you got the first pullback, and then you gap up, and you kind of get a pull. This is a bull flag here. This is considered a pullback here. It's a small one, but you see it's still in front of the 90 MA. You get one more. You got that third pullback, which generally you get 2 in the sell-off, but here you got a third pullback. You see it never breaks the 90 MA, and you get that last push, and then it completely washed out. You see, and then you could have just shorted this on and made a killing. This is what I like to do. I love to short into the reversal and make a killing. And man, this thing washed out. And if you're not sure when to get in on the reversal, you say, hey, you know what? Let me see if this breaks below VWAP. If it breaks below VWAP, this is VWAP here, I'm going to enter the stock. And that's what you could have did. You could have waited till it broke VWAP, and then you could have just took this down if you even wanted to be safer. But it formed this beautiful head and shoulders pattern. That's how you know it's going to break down. And you notice another way. Let's say you missed this initial entry. Let's say you didn't get in this whole. You watched it right up, and you're like mad at yourself because you're like, damn shit, I didn't watch. I'm just watching this run, and I'm scared. So you go, okay, I'm gonna wait for that pullback. When it pulls back here, that's when you get in. When it pulls back off the 90-day, you're gonna get the second push right here. Instead of drawing the candle like this because it's moving super fast, you're gonna do more of a 3 o'clock line. So like when it gets that second push, you want to just ride the trend. This is how you want to do it. You just want to go this way instead of straight up, and this is the trend now. You see, because you had the initial super fast rip. It's not gonna just go up again straight up. It's gonna have a slower move up now. And you see, if once you just put the line across, now you're riding this trend. As long as it's in front of the 90 MA and in front, you're good. And you could have just rolled this all the way up until it broke the trend. And if you would have got in somewhere in here in the 320s, you could have rolled this up to 370 and then sold in the reversal. Once it broke that trend in the 360s, you could have sold and made yourself a nice profit. So that's why I talk about the trend is your friend. And when the stock is gapping this quickly, you really want to focus more on the 1 minute as opposed to the 5 minute, especially when it has volume, because it's going to be a nice clean look. Now let's say you wanted to look. The other pattern that I talk about is, sometimes if you're scared to trade the 1 and you see it moving, you can get in on the first 5 minute candle to make a new high. So let's say you missed this initial entry. As soon as the next candle breaks the high day, so right in here you could have got in. Then here you could have got in again. So in this next 5 minute candle, all you see is volume. All you see is buying, no selling. So those are all confirmations to buy. Could have gotten here, and then you got to be careful though when it rides like this. you got to be careful. But let's assume you got in here, right? And you don't know, and you're not looking at the 1, you're focusing more on the 5, then just put the trend like this, 3 o'clock, all right? You're just riding that trend, and as soon as it breaks the trend, you're out, all right? So you could have did the same trend line on the 5-minute chart, all right? And that's what Hannah was talking about. And that's what I highly recommend for traders who who are looking to make trades, and they need something to kind of help them eliminate the emotion out of the trade. So let me just remove all drawings. All right, and then let's talk about the top play of the day was APOP. All right, so let me delete this. I was messing around with this earlier. All right, remove all drawings. Here we go. So this is what I'm talking about. You see how a stock is just ripping crazy on that 1 minute chart, all right? In the 5-minute, you're not gonna have a time to get in on the next 5-minute candle. So when a stock is going from $8 to $13, all right, when it's moving in 1 minute from 8 to 9, you're not looking at the 5, you're looking at the 1. And let's say you decided to get in on the next candle. So what you should do is always, get a sense of where it is pre-market. So on pre-market, let me just pull out here. Pre-market, the high was right about here. So this was let me do the other one. It's easier for me. Price level. All right. So let's say that's the high at this point, right? So the market opens. It already broke high day. You getting that volume push. The MACD's crossing, greens over there. Look at that. That's super bullish. The more spacing there is, the more bullish it is. And the same goes in the opposite direction. When the red crosses over the green, the more spacing there is, the more bearish it is. So if you get in on, let's say you decided to get in on this candle, okay, immediately, once you're in, all right, you're drawing that trend line, okay? Think of it like you're going in a 1 o'clock setting because it's moving so fast. And you see, if you would have rolled the trend right up, okay, look, it has this one first pullback, so it gaps up, it has a first pullback, and then it gaps up, and then it kind of washes out. And then it just completely collapsed the rest of the day. And that's what you do. Draw the trend line. So as long as the stock is following the trend, you stay in the stock. Once the trend breaks, you're out. You're not going to have time to look at it on a 5-minute chart because you see within 5 minutes it had its run. That's why sometimes that's why you always got to look at the 1 minute chart. Always. Okay? And look, and once it broke the trend, you could have looked for this for a reversal. All right? And shorted this. Look at this. It pulls back. It forms this bear flag. You see? And then it collapses, bear flag. You see how it gaps down, has that gap up, and then the sideways consolidation, bear flag, bear flag, bear flag. You see, those are all confirmations that the stock is breaking down. And look, the strong confirmation is the MACD's rolling over, green's going over the red, and that's when you get all that selling pressure. You see the TTM squeeze gapping down. And this is a strong confirmation that it's selling off, and you could have shorted this. Now, if you wanted a clear confirmation, something that makes you very comfortable, just say, hey, if it breaks below VWAP, I'm in. And once it broke below VWAP, you could have just took this down all the way to the $7 mark. You could have made a lot of money shorting this. All right, so those are the 2 plays of the day. Now, my watch list was bananas. I mean, the stocks on my watch list, look, this is CGIX. This was a stock that was on my watch list. It went up 29% today. Okay, it opened up at like what was this, at 380, and it closed at 530. You could have made a killing on this. Fuel, I talked about this Friday. I said this is a stock that I think is going to continue to move. I think it's a company that's going to continue to move. And look, it opened up at, or what is it, 930 at 470, then closed at 524. Unbelievable. They're going to be on my watch list both tomorrow. All right, and a bunch of other stocks. Look at some of these stocks that pulled back. So stocks like SKX. This stock was at $26. It gapped up to $29. So you know it's going to pull back. Skechers, all right? And look what happened. It opened, all right? And in the open, it actually started running and, gapped up pretty much all morning. And this is another way to put it. So let's say a stock is gapping like this, all right? You see it's moving, but, it's not super. You just put that trend line, all right? You put the trend line. Remember, 1 o'clock. So, all right, so if you see it moving like this and you get in, you watch it. Now, in these 3 candles, doesn't seem like much, but this was 24.48 was the low. The high of this was 28.73. So you could have made some quick cash. You see this is the indecision wick. When you see this, you know there's a reversal coming. But it just had a little pullback, and then it had another bull flag, pullback, and continued up. I mean, once here was above the 90 MA, you could have got back in and rolled this up once it broke up. And look, or you could have said, hey, if it goes above VWAP, I'm just gonna ride this as long as it's above VWAP, and you could have just took this for a nice ride. But what I really wanted you to see was that at some point this thing is gonna, when a stock goes up this much, you just watch it all day like a sniper and wait for your entry to short it. And you could have just watched this. Let's say you didn't want to trade it going up, you could have just waited for that reversal, and you see the head and shoulders pattern forming. There goes the head, the neck, the shoulder, the head, the shoulder, and then it just completely collapses. Look at this. And you could have made almost $1 shorting it before it got its gap back up. So, there was a lot of trades. I mean, all these stocks moved up. They washed out, they continued up. I mean, this watch list was very, very good. This, look at this. You could have just took a nice easy short once it broke below VWAP. Look at that. Because it collapsed down. So that this video ain't like an hour, like to an hour and a half, I'm just gonna go into building my watch list. So, all right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to scan just to show you my criteria. Okay, I look for stocks between 20 cents and $30 that have a minimum volume 500,000 shares or more that are up at least 5%. All right, you click scan, and the market was hot, 76 plays today. Some days you see my videos, they're like 20 plays. Some days they're 30. Some days they're 100. Today's 70. That's a lot of stock. So what I do is that scan is already here. I have it living here. And what I do is I go to charts. And what we're going to do is we're going to create the watch list. So we're going to come here. I'm going to go to create watch list. I'm going to put tomorrow's date. I'm going to put 3/28/17. I'm going to save. And we're going to start building our watch list. This is probably going to be a big watch list because there's a lot of plays. All right, so we start with the biggest percentage gainer, which was obviously, I'll move this over just a little bit, which was APOP, right? 74% gain, which is ridiculous, right? So we saw that, and again, this thing gapped up to $13. And look at this. Look what I think is going to happen. Look, it's forming a triangle pattern. Look at how it held. If you look at this, look at the pattern it's forming. So you see, it's like on a channel. It's like higher lows all the way up, and then what you do is, let me just move this, move that joint. You take the high day, and you come down as close to as possible here, right? And if you look at this, look at the channel it's forming. It's forming like a, look at the channel. It's in a channel form. It's in a channel right now. If this stays in this tomorrow, this may pop at the open. We'll see. I mean, you got pre-market. You don't know what's going to happen, but it's forming an ascending triangle, okay? And look, it's it's squeezing up. It looks like it's going to pop. So we'll see. No pun intended. But yeah, this is absolutely going to go on the watch list tomorrow because even if it doesn't do anything from the long side, it's so overextended that this is going to be a tremendous shorting opportunity. I mean, all short sellers are going to be looking for shares to short of this because this thing is going to collapse at some point. It's going to be a tremendous short. So if you can find shares to short, look it up. And it's a low float stock. So be careful if you're going to short because you can get squeezed out very easily. All right. Next up, GBR. GBR had its run. So it gapped up to 379 and this thing completely washed out. Now, this stock 5 days ago, this is a 5-day, 5-minute chart. I mean, this was $1 5 days ago. So this still has more to give. You could probably short this down more if you could find shares to short. I think it had its run. I don't expect it to do anything tomorrow, but you can put on your watch list. I'm not gonna put on mine. There's so many plays. I'm just gonna keep moving. NDEV. Look at this, a stock that held its highs, but it had 1 million shares, but but it probably wasn't a lot of trades, I bet, and it's crap. So I'm not gonna put on my watch list. Move on. IPXL. Now this is beautiful. Look at this chart. This thing was $8.80 5 days ago. It's $13. So tomorrow at some point, right? At some point tomorrow, this stock is gonna, it's gonna give back some of this. Now that doesn't mean that it won't continue upward. It's just that it's gonna have a nice pullback that you're gonna be able to short into and make money tomorrow. So this is gonna be one of those stocks that'll absolutely, have a nice shorting opportunity tomorrow. Doesn't mean that this thing won't continue higher. Maybe it closes tomorrow at 1350. But at some point tomorrow it'll gap up, it'll pull back, and maybe it continues on upward. We'll see. Or it completely collapses. But this is gonna be volatile, right? So I look for stocks that hold their highs. Next, CGIX. Look at this, beautiful. Another one, right? This was on my watch list today. this is gonna be on my watch list tomorrow again. Let's continue to see what it's gonna do. All right, nice, beautiful play. You know, you look, continues on upward, and you should always look to see on the yearly like where it's been over the last year. Look how overextended this thing is. This thing is just keeps going and going and going. I mean, it's crazy. We'll see. I mean, you gotta expect it though to have a red day soon, right? So you gotta look. It's gonna be a good short at some point. Let's keep moving. So yeah, this will be on my watch list. MARA, not very liquid. But it's gapping up to above VWAP right now. It's 70. It was stopped at 70 cents today. 2 days ago. Friday. This was what? 7 cents? Holy shit! This went from 7 cents to one. Wow, that's crazy. That is insane. This is a pump. So you know what? Keep it on your watch list. It's not liquid, but I would watch this. I mean, this is probably gonna be a fantastic short. This thing's gonna completely collapse. You can find shares to short. Look at it. I'm not gonna put it on the watch list, but I would be looking at this if you could find the shares to short. BLOZ, nah. CPRX, yes. Look at this, nice move up. Liquid 4.4 million shares traded, and look, nice up. It's up over $2. Now it doesn't mean it's gonna continue to go up, but it's gonna be volatile tomorrow, and maybe nice. You may get a nice opportunity to short this. Look at this. It rolled the 13 EMA all day, nice and easy, on the 5-minute chart. Nice, easy breezy. So let's say you get in a stock like this, right? Let's say you see a gap here and you pull back and you get in. So you just put your trend line here and you just ride it. And you get a sense of where it's going. Right? You ride the trend. All right, now and if you broke this trend right below for a second, maybe you sell. You panic, because you don't know if it's gonna go back up, but it backed up, it went back up. All right, that's sort of how you ride trend lines. Okay, next up, GNMX. This thing, 2.3 million shares. Man, look at this. This thing had a nice move. Look at that. Had a nice move up in the afternoon and just squeezed and closed. This was 5 days or 252. Seems overextended. Let's see where it's been on the yearly. Yeah, this thing was collapsed. Look at this. If you can get past 225, this thing got nothing stopping it from going all the way back to $5. No resistance. So let's put it on the watch list. Keep an eye on it. Let's keep going. Next up, IMLFF. This it's held its highs. I'm not gonna put it on the watch list, but it's 25 cents. It's up to 33 cents. It's dog shit. It's a pump, but let's keep moving. Givo, this is choppy. I don't like these choppy stocks. You don't know what they're gonna do. If you're gonna make a trade on this, you gotta look at a bigger time frame. Like a stock that's this choppy, even though it has volume, you never trade on a 1 minute. You would trade like on a 15-minute, so you can get a clearer, depiction of what the stock is doing. And I would only trade a stock like this on a 15-minute once it breaks above VWAP. That's like the only way I would trade something like this. I'm not gonna put it on my watch list, but you may want to look at it. Maybe it's a potential swing, for you. All right, BRKK, nope. NXTD, nope. DELT, nope. OVAS, nah. NVMY. Oh, look at this. Wow. No shares, but I mean, not a lot of volume. But man, this thing was $16. Is at $18.99. I mean, you may want to look at it. It's not liquid, but it is moving. All right. All right. ACBFF. Nope. IMMY. Nope. No volume. HMNY. There's a stock with news that it moves, and look at this. Like, you could have seen it. Like, a stock like this is a perfect example. Let's say you see it going, you see the squeeze, you see everything moving, so you want to jump in quick. As soon as you jump in, remember that you just put your trend line in a 1 o'clock angle, just like I did here, and you just ride the trend. So let's say you would have got in and say, hey, as soon as it sells, you either have a stop loss set so that it's like 10 cents below whatever your entry is or something like that. Or you have your setting, if you have think or swim, you have that, have that sell the bid. So like sell the bid is just like, a stop loss almost. If you put it on sell the bid, you're gonna sell right away because you're selling on the bidder's ask. All right, so you get executed quick. All right, and that's how you would have traded a stock like this. Okay, I'm not gonna put on my watch list, but I'm just trying to show you guys How you that? And then once it broke this is where you short. So on the reversal, you could have just shorted this back down. You know, that's what Tim Grittani does. He does looks for these, he waits, and then he just shorts them back down. LTBR, nope. ARLZ. This stock held its highs. You know, it's a little choppy. You know, but look at this. You rolled the 13 EMA, no problems. Nice, easy breeze. It never broke below it. You could have just rolled this all the way up. I mean, it was at 210, and it just continued upward. I'll put it on the watch list. Maybe it, you know, maybe a good swing. All right. What was it 5 days ago? I'm just curious. Let's see where it is on the yearly. Yeah, there's a stock that, you know, well, it has a lot of resistance, but look, it's starting to curl on the yearly, and you know, it has the potential to move a little further. We gotta see. I mean, between the 9 and the 20 EMA, there's some money. There's about a good 40 cents there. So we'll see. Anyway, all right, let's keep moving on. Fuel. That's my stock. I think this stock is gonna continue to move up. My money stock right there. Next up, ITCI. ITCI. Wow, look at this. This thing moved. It went from $14 to $17. It's $13. 5 days ago, and look, and I mean 3 days ago, and look, this thing just rolled in that 13 EMA all the way up on the 5 minute, and even on the 1 minute, just stood, never broke below the 20. Nice and easy. It's not liquid, but I like the chart, man. I mean, I'm gonna put it on the watch list, even though it looks good. Let's keep going. OMER. OMER is this stock that I've traded before, and yeah, this stock moves, man. You know, it's been in this range. $10 is up at $12.77. The problem is it's not very liquid. You know, we want stocks with volume in the millions. But what I've noticed, and I said this in several other videos, is that when you see stocks gapping with this low volume, they slowly continue to grind upward. That's what I've noticed. I'm gonna put it on the watch list, just for you swing traders to take a look at, you options traders. EKSO, EKSO had a nice move today, you know, and then it completely collapsed. Wow, look at this. This thing gapped up, and then just hit its high, and then completely collapsed. Probably a pump, you know, and it's continuing upward. I'm not gonna put it on the watch list, no value. EKS, this is a nice move. Look at this. I think this was on my watch list, I think, yesterday. Yeah, and look at this. It continued 4 million shares. It's up above VWAP. It was $19 4 days ago. Now it's at 23. Holy shit, man. People are getting fucking rich in this market. Yeah, we'll continue to see. Now, tomorrow, my expectation is that this will move back a little bit. You know, we'll see what happens. Okay, so let's continue on. All right. Okay, so let's go to next up, Cara. Cara, yeah, this was on my watch list today. I hope some of you guys took advantage of this, because this thing went from 16 to 1839. Wow, Cara is just moving. Cara is very, like, when it moves huge, and then it pulls back huge as much as it moves. So we'll put it on our watch list. I expect tomorrow, because it moves so much, and it's up, you know, $3 over the last 5 days, that, you know, I expect it to pull back tomorrow a little bit, so it should present a nice shorting opportunity for tomorrow. But it may continue upward. We'll see. KGJI, nope. EBIO, nope. EDIT. EDIT is another one. Look at this. Nice move, 1.2 million shares from 18 to 21. Wow. So let's put that on the watch list. It should be volatile tomorrow. FLXN. Yeah, this was on my watch list too. Wow, this thing went from $20 to $29 over the last few days. That is crazy. This was on my watch list yesterday. Another big move, man. It doesn't have a lot of value, but I'm telling you, man, these stocks that are like this, that nobody, like, people don't pay attention to, they just, I noticed the trend since, you know, I've been trading, like, they just move. Look at this. This thing went crazy. All right, so keep it on your watch list. You know, I mean, it's fine. It's a new support level. It's riding this channel too, man. It's just been in this nice little channel here. You know, if you watch it, it's in this channel. You know, let's see what happens tomorrow. Breaks below this, could be a nice short. All right, next up, ENT. ENT moving, not super liquid, but it did go up over $3. It's holding its highs with 276 at 313. I mean, you could put it on your watch list. I'm not gonna put it on mine, but you could put it on yours. GERN. GERN is another one that it's super choppy. It's liquid, 1.9 million shares. But it's choppy. This is more for me. Like I look at stock like this more for a swing, not for like a quick day trade. You could put it on your watch list if you want, and if you want to see what it's done, just look what it's been over the last year. And yeah, it was at 335 at its highest moment. It has some room to like 232 before it's next resistance point. I don't really like it, but you can put on your watch list. MDRX, nice. All scripts. I worked with. I actually train people on this electronic medical record. Yeah, it's All Scripts is a company, it's an EMR, electronic medical record company. Epic is the big company, but they're not public. So yeah, look, a nice move today, 1291. Let's put this on the watch list. I wouldn't be surprised if this gives back some of that tomorrow. We'll see. Okay, next up, ADPT. Nope. NAK is moving up. I don't like it. CATB. Nope. CEMP. Nope. Gale. Nope. BPMX. Nope. GALT. Nah. No liquid. KERX. KERX. This is nice move today. Look at this. Just completely ripped up. Yeah, we'll put it on the watch list. KERX. Nice little move. Let's keep moving. BET. Wow, look at this. No volume though, but it ripped. So you may want to look at this. I'm not gonna put it on the watch list, but you could put on your CRPB. CRPB is moving again. It's up to 990. Came back down. See how it bounced off VWAP and then break below it. You can put it on your watch list. I'm not gonna put it on mine. Too choppy. You could trade it though. You could have took it once it broke or once above VWAP, and you could have just rolled all this up. All right, Halo. Halo moved from 13 to 1437. It's continuing to move. Let's put it on the watch list for tomorrow. AKRX, another stock that just completely went crazy, and it's up, and it's liquid, 3.2 million shares. Let's see this AKRX, and let's keep moving. That's AK. Didn't I just put that in there? AKRX. Let's see. AKRX. That's the one I just talked about. Fit. Yeah, Fit's another one that Fitbit. It's up. You know what? Tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised if this gave a lot of this back. It might present a nice short tomorrow for you guys. Fit. But it's up. Had a nice move today. ENDP, look at this, man. 984 to 1054. Held strong. 7.9 million shares. So we're going to put that on the watch list. ENDP. Wow, there's a lot of stocks on this watch list. Obviously, you don't look at every single one of them, but you get a sense. You look at them and you see which ones you want to watch the most, and you make a plan and you make a trade. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what trading is about. That's the whole point of building a watch list. CORT, this one, nice move. Look at this. Gapped up, held its highs. So CORT. And last but not least, NAKD. NAKD up and down, too choppy. Nope. So we got about a good 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20 plays, 20 stocks. All right. So, you look at the charts, you analyze them, you kind of get a sense of what it's done over the last 10 days, the last year, whatever. You put support resistance lines to know where the high and the low is and all that kind of stuff. So you get a sense of what the stock is doing. All right. So that's my watch list. Remember, if none of these, these are all duds, that's why you have your scanners. All right. You put your scanners so you can find your plays. All right, folks. So I hope you found this helpful. Remember, join the community. See you tomorrow. All right. Have a great night, folks.